Now we want to cos curve, cosine curve. After we learned sine curve, we want cosine curve under the influence of four quadrants. 0 to 90, 90 to 180, 180 to 270, 270 to 360, the four quadrants, and we are going to analyze the cosine values among these four quadrants. Normally it starts with 0. What you have studied in your CSC is 0 to 0, 30, 45, 60, 90. The same for discuss in sine. It's going to be 30, 15, 15, 30. It starts from 0 and ends at 90 with a standard gap of the standard angles. So the gap is standard. So 30, 15, 15, 30. So it's going to be cosine. Normally cosine starts with 1. Cos 0 is 1 and then it goes down. 1 is the maximum value in positive. It goes down to root 3 by 2. You studied in sine, it's reverse way. It's reverse way. Cos 0 is 1, cos 30 is root 3 by 2, cos 40 is 1 by root 2, cos 60 1 by 2, cos 90 is 0. Next comes, I have to continue the angle. I am trying to show you the first two quadrants. So it starts from 0 to 180, but I cannot pick up any angle. I have a system where I jump in a specific manner. It's going to be 30, 15, 15, 30. So it's going to be 120, 135, 150 and 180. The jump is similar again, 30, 15, 15, 30. So for this time, the second quadrant of cos is not positive. The second quadrant of cos, if I go downwards 1 to 0, then it's going to be negative. The cos is negative in second quadrant. Please note this. Cos second quadrant, it's going to be minus 1 by 2. It will ascend again. It will increase again, but it will be in the form of negative. Minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by root 2, minus root 3 by 2, minus 1. So if you see the pattern, it decreases from 1 to 0. It actually, in absolute sense, it increases because if I ignore negative, it increases. But in real sense, it's not increases. It decreases because when you move from 0 to minus 1, it's not increase, it's decrease. So evidently, it is clear that it is between minus 1 and plus 1. Again, cos won't be beyond beyond plus 1 on the higher side and not less than minus 1 on the lower side. So let's try to draw this on the graph and see how we can deduce this in a graphical form of this. Again, it will be angles represent x-axis. Cos of the angle represents y-axis. Now going forward, my graph is like this. This is the origin, x-axis, this is y-axis, negative y-axis, x-axis positive. As I told you, cos lies between minus 1 and plus 1. So it's going to be plus 1 here and equidistant down minus 1 here. Yes, equidistant minus 1 here. So if I do cos 0 is, so if I take quadrants, first quadrant is here, 0 to 90. I am doing in degrees first and later move on to radians. 0 to 90, 90 to 180, 180 to 270, 360. Cos 0 is 1, which we are going to use this tabular column. Now cos 90 is 0, which means it's coming down. It's coming down, then it goes further down. If you see carefully, till 180 it goes to the lowest level, which is minus 1. So curve. It's a curve, it's not a straight line. So So if you see 30, 45, 60 and 90. 30 is root 3 by 2. 45 is 1 by root 2. And 60 is half. You can see that evidently. Similarly, the jump is 120. What will be 120? It's not a scale diagram. 120 minus half. $135 minus 1 by root 2, 150 minus root 3 by 2. So you can see that, and 180 is of course minus 1. It's minus 1. So what are learnings from this curve? We have highest value of cos cos 0 is 1, its highest value, then gradually comes down to 90, it goes towards 0, then it doesn't go up like sine curve, it it goes down till minus 1 because second quadrant is, this is the second quadrant cos is negative, first quadrant cos is positive. Then if you move up further, I told you the cos won't go beyond minus 1 and cos won't go above plus 1. So obviously the cos curve has to turn back now. It can't go less than minus 1. So obviously it has turned back, but it's the same system it follows. It turns back again and approaches 0. Y value is 0. So cos 270 is 0. Cos 270 is 0. So if you do same jump, it will be 210. 225 and 240. Please remember to add 30, 15, 15 and 30. If you again map it, total will be this. $225 will be this. And 240 will be this. So what you see also is a duality values. As I explained in sine, duality means single value of y-axis will have two angles of x-axis. Single value of y-axis will have two values of x-axis or 2 degrees. Duality. In one cycle, I am explaining it will be multi-values later. Duality is the ability of having 2x degrees, 2x angles in a single y value. Now, if I go further, it has to be cyclic and continuous curve. Obviously, the fourth quadrant cos is positive. Fourth quadrant cos is positive. So obviously it will go up like this and it won't go up more than 1. So if I put a line here, cos curve, now obviously up would be 300. Why am I saying 300? Because jump is 30. The quadrant is this. The end of a quadrant is this and this. First quadrant ends at 90. Second ends at 180. third at 270, fourth will be 360. So 300, then 315. Of course, the not to scale diagram again. I'm disclaiming in my diagram. And last 330. Again, if you see duality, it's there. First and fourth are dualistic in nature. Second and third are dualistic in nature. Why? Because 1 by 2 can be either 60 or can be 300. 1 by root 2 can be either 45 degrees or 15 degrees. 1 root 3 by 2 would be either 30, or it could be 330. If I'm correct, I'm mapping between 60 and 300, 45 and 315, 30 and 330 for same y value. The same y value. So a cost curve, if I want to draw both in a single diagram, 0, +1, -1, first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. If I want to draw both the curves, sin 90 is 1 for sine, then 180 is 0, 270 is -1, 360 is 0. This is my sine curve. This is my sine curve, and I told you first and second is positive, third and fourth is negative. Again, sine lies between 1 and -1. If I attempt to draw cos curve on same graph, it will be interesting to see how it superimposes and how it intersects. Now, cos 0 is 1, cos 90 is 0, cos 180 is -1, cos 270 is 0, and cos 360 is +1. If you see, it is called one cycle, one periodicity of a cycle. Very important thing is one periodicity is always 0 to 360. Again, if you continue the periodicity, the cycle repeats. There is no second cycle is a repetition of first cycle, and third is a repetition of second cycle. Goes on. This is called primary cycle. The primary cycle. Then we see the graph repeats same way further. Now, if the sine and cos meets at this point in first quadrant, is it first or second quadrant? First quadrant. Again, it meets at third quadrant. So, sin x equals cos x. How do you say analytically? How do you say analytically this? If I represent y equals sin x and y equals cos x, analytically, how do you say sin x equals cos x in first quadrant? Which means if I say equals, it means it meets at a common point. We used to IGCSE, we used to do y equals x square, y equals 3x plus 1. When it is equal, it will have a common intersecting point. Similarly, y equals sin x, y equals cos x. If I say y equals, if I equate both, then it means I imply analytically that it has an intersecting point, and the intersecting point is graphically found to be in first quadrant and